I think I've lost the plot. We don't have a striker that has, we don't have any player that's over 10 goals right now. Okay. 10 goals. And we're having a great season. This defies logic. So here we are. You'll notice 50 or 46 points. I think Stoke City is going to run away with this eventually, but we're hoping that we can at least have some gap here. But yeah, we're second at 46 points. And Teddy Lamb has 9 goals. That's our most. Teddy Lamb has 9 goals. How did we get here? How did we get here? Well, let's go through the fixture schedule. We're going to have 2 games today with Wolves and Plymouth Argyle. We took on next Hull City. That was a 3-1 loss. Felt like we just couldn't get anything going this particular game. So we kind of changed it up just a little bit. And I'll talk about our formation before we get into this game. But then West Brom 4-2 win on this one. It was a pretty good game. I thought Teddy Lamb with a penalty, Tarnowski with the headers getting better, but we made a couple of changes. We've also had a couple of guys back off on injury. Nottingham Forest 4-1, and then we bounce and take down Watford 3-1. 2 good games up top. It's just a lot of mix of a lot of good stand across the board fighting for these results. And some of these games we've had one player just come completely out straightforward of it. Norwich City, we lost this one 2-1. Again, notice not a collective team effort in this one, and we lost. The Birmingham City 2-0. And again, pretty good portion. You get the drill here. We're playing more of a team metric as opposed to 1 or 2 guys just dominating the entire league, because we don't really have a guy that can dominate at this level. 3-2 against the Wolves in the first game of the season. We're going to play Wolves in what is the second game at the season flips at this Blackburn Rovers game that we played. And then Stoke City, that's why I say I think they're going to run away with this. We just did not have a good game in this one. We couldn't get anything going. I felt like with that own goal in the 23rd minute, it was just not going well. We just couldn't get it through. And it was it was a bit of a disappointment. We win 1-0 against Charlton Athletic. A pretty good goalkeeping here by Maradisi. And then 3-0 against West Ham. We just dominated with this. Boateng just took over it, had 2 goals in this one and an assist. And then Blackburn Rovers 4-2, and this was Ferreira who took this one over with 2 goals, but also Patterson playing great. We're starting to get, where is he? Fabio. We're starting to get him back in the rotation at this point. He is back off of injury. It's going to take some time, but he will get there. And we'll have to talk about how this formation plays against Wolves and Plymouth Argyle. So what I've done with the tactic, I changed one thing, and we went on a great run of form. What was that one thing? Instead of it going straight press, I just went to standard. That's it. That's the only thing I changed. The only thing I changed there, and this is the formation we're going with. Rodriguez up top, Silsby on the left, Ferreira on the right, Jones and Alameda in the middle. And then Camison is back from injury. He's going to be on the outside. And then you got Patterson, Hernandez, and Adamola in the back. So we just dropped Patterson back into the defense. Solidify our defense a little bit, and Boateng is out here. So a little bit better. We're still getting Tarnowski in when we can. We're still getting May in there as we can. We'll probably put Gunner out on loan at this point, but that is something for the transfer window. We probably have a couple of possible transfers coming in from, say, like, if we were to get one for a guy like Rodriguez for 15 million, I might take it, knowing that we now have a guy like May here, who I think is growing decently well at the moment as we put him in. But also, maybe it's not the smartest thing to do So I don't know. We'll kind of see how this comes through over time. So let's get this going. Hernandez also has some possibility from Leeds United. We went to give him a contract. So we have a couple contracts for him going through, and then a contract for Gunner that we're trying to get through as well. And if we get through, we'll probably put him out on loan remainder of the season. Unless we have Rodriguez leave, then I might change this up just a little bit. All right, Wolves, let's do this. We have 2 games today. A little bit of a shorter episode for your guys' Saturday, because I have a couple things I need to do, but I still want to get you guys Saturday because I did miss 2 days this week. I'm going to give you guys this game. We are at home. Let's encourage the boys and let's win this. All right, here is Patterson with the set piece. Plays it up into pressure. Adamola does miss that. Here is the opportunity that we failed, and now the counterattack by Wolves. Lewis down at the near side. No crossers there. And Textera goes down the heap. You're not going to call it, and Ferreira does take it and loses the ball. And this is going to be a shot. Coulier, I think that was, and Maxim makes a play. I don't think this is Textera, but I'm probably mispronouncing it. And I thought Maxim missed that completely. It's okay. Here is going to be a rollout that was going to kick it big. Plays it out wide, Boateng. Turn, and what are we doing other than giving the ball back? Trying to play it back and forth. Clark. A shot, and what a save by Maxim again. Maxim had a good game in this first game that actually got us the win. That was a 3-2. Okay, another moment here for Wolves. Wilder Wolf going over. Gonna play it near Ibrahimov. And there's Boateng. Boateng, let's take it downfield. Let's go. Jones. There it is. Rodriguez has some room. And Rodriguez off the post! I started to work on traits like get around the keeper and stuff like that with a lot of the guys. But oh my. You gotta make that though. All right, an opportunity for us before the half. Boateng plays up to Ferreira. Ferreira looking for the cross. It's not there. Looking for the move inside. He's going to go down in a heap and loses it. We're not going to get the call. Doyle on the counter attack. Plays it out there. We have to press. Looking good move in and out, and a good save. It's going to be offsides, I think. It's a really even game when it comes to shots and shots on target. The possession is what I'm not liking right now. Fabio is a little bit on the heavy side, so we're going to take him out. We're going to put Bamba there. I do like Bamba in that situation, but we just need to slowly bring Fabio back over the course of the next month. All right, so I'm going to bring in a little bit of speed. I'm going to drop Rodriguez down. Up Silsby. Let's get Lamb up top. And then out wide. Boateng is just not having a great day right now. So let's grab Camison, put him on the right. Pull up Patterson on the left. We'll get Tarnowski in on the defense. We'll let that go into the 20 for the 20th minute until about the 70th minute or so. Or after this opportunity. Clark moving around. Lewis. A lot of white jerseys there and able to get it through. Crosses there, and Tarnowski misses it, but that you can't miss that. All right, you know what? I've been doing this a little bit. It's time to come out and let's take Adamola out. Emerson Ferreira. Let's get Debelko. Let's get May up on the right. And we've been playing with wingers because we want to support as much as possible. And we're going to come up and we're going to go attacking. We're just going to put as much pressure up in this as possible. And I'm going to have it to not trigger press as much. Okay. That's going to be the change. Just see if we can get one more body up top. Here's Wolves with an opportunity. Going down the far side. Camison does take it. Looking, plays it through all the way. May looking. He's going to come it up. And there it is. Michael May. I'm going to call him Mihi. It's probably mispronounced. I probably should talk to the AI and figure out if that's actually how you say his name. There is Lamb. He's gonna have a header. Rodriguez up. Patterson looking for the cross. It's there, and there's Teddy Lamb, the 10th goal of the season, and we have it. Can we switch? We could switch back to this though. It's going to be a bit of a hilarious portion, but Bamba can play this defensive portion, and I did not realize it, but Bamba can. That means we're gonna play like this, and we are just going to try to hold this. Teddy Lamb. Rodriguez plays it out to Patterson, and Patterson out wide. The touch, the cross is there, and Lamb near post. And it just wastes time, but Beetle is not having it. This might be the last chance for Wolves. Gonna throw it over the head of Rodriguez. Nielsen up to Moore. Moore in the middle. Hernandez intercepts that. Jones plays it up to Patterson. Patterson making a play on the outside. Looking for the cross. It's there, and let's go. This is why I think I'm gonna end up spending $5 million for him. The man is just where he needs to be. And $5 million for him might be a bargain. Some good playing here. And the fans want a deal struck for him. I would not be opposed to that. All right, so next game is going to be Plymouth Argyle, and then we are going to call it for today's episode, and we'll be back depending on the FA Cup match, because that's against Salford, right? Salford is in what level? It's in League One. All right, so Gunnar has accepted this contract. He'll have $450,000 a year. We change his promotion fees up to 6.5 and then 4.9. So that is a pretty good portion for that. Sending him on loan. We were getting bids of, or at least some possible bids that were about double his actual fee. So while we do probably put 200,000 on this, you'd have to look back at the previous episodes, but 200,000 on this, the fee will likely be up where he goes, especially if we're promoted. If we're promoted here and then we get up and our stature is up to a mid to lower portion of a championship team for our stature. Because I think right now, if I were to look at the clubs in England, and I were to look at the clubs list, I'm scrolling down, we're in the middle of League One. If we were to get promoted, we'll probably be in and around here. So we would actually have a good push to probably sell him for about where his fee is. So I feel pretty good with that. Plus we'd get 3 more years. So it's effectively a 6-year contract at that point. So that does help. He'll get the work permit. I don't think he is not going to get it. So not really where there it is. He gets the work permit on that. One I was also looking at is obviously Hernandez. Adamola is also one that's an unknown. I'm not sure if I'm going to sign him to one. He's been a great player, but I don't think he gets any better than that. I don't think there's any way we can actually develop him to sale. Same thing with Headley. I don't see anything going from that one. So it's probably one that we assign it unspecified and we offer him out and just see what ends up being the case. And then like some of these other one, Fexton's in on loan, Suka's out on loan, Schiefman's out on loan, so was Garvey. Some of these guys we might end up re-signing just to see, or probably selling them. And I have to figure out what we're going to do with the staff, so we're going to deal with that at the end of the year. So here is the match. We're going up against Plymouth Argyle. I think I'm going to play with Jones here, because ultimately I want to put a sub in, but the issue is both Alameda and Bamba have similar like archetypes, and with Jones and Alameda out here, he has better tackling, so it's kind of a give or take in that. So here we go. We'll get him out here and we will hopefully keeping this roll going, because I'd like to put a little gap between us and Swansea, because if we could do that, then we can. It's going to get a little bit stressful when we play some of the higher teams, because Stoke City completely embarrassed us when we played them 4-1. So we need to get some kind of cushion in us and Swansea. Camison out here. This is not going to be a moment, even though we got all the way to the byline. And we had a shot, but it was off target. We're doing a pretty good job in this game right now. 4-1. I don't think we need to discourage long shots. I think the issue is mainly we're just not getting the ball into as dangerous of an area, but I don't want to have it to where we're not taking long shots by any means. Fabio here. Turn. Plays it up. Ferreira. Plays it up. There's Silsby. A touchdown. What a save. And Silsby, it's off the defender. Let's go. Let's go. Pumped. Okay, he's okay. I thought he took a knock, but we're fine. Silsby, though, coming in. It's off the defender. All right, here's a moment coming off the kickoff highlight. Plymouth Argyle is just passing it back and forth at this point. Kind of waiting for it to tick off, but it wasn't. And Kundal with a shot, and Maxim with a great save. I'm actually going. I don't want to work the ball in the box because I feel like we play with the ball too much. Boateng there, the big one, and we're not going to win that in the air. But Camison with the second effort. Back to Hernandez with the resets. I feel like our build-up through the middle is great, but Plymouth Argyle is going to double us up in the midfield if we're not looking. And look at that! The bang, bang, bang back to Boateng. And I'm not trying to rhyme, but that's what happened. And he's out here dancing. What a ball. Boateng, Ferrara, Rodriguez, Silsby to Boateng. Back with the one time. And it's a goal, 2-0. And another opportunity. This one, Argyle on the attack. Going near side, Nunez. Off the body of one of our guys there. Silsby cuts inside. Camison. Back to Jones. To Fabio. Boateng plays it up. Ferreira. Shot. Rodriguez. Goal. That's not a shot. It's a cross. But he's going to be offsides. Damn. Rodriguez isn't going to get that one. I think that's what it is. We're getting through their defense and taking shots. That's the possession issue. We're just counterattacking hard. So it's not something that we're doing. But also, we might have to play this way if we make a promotion as well. Here's Soares. We'll play it over to Travis. All the way up to Aziz. And there's Fabio. We've missed Fabio in the midfield. We missed him so much. All over the top to Boateng. Touch. Cross. Silsby just doesn't have an angle. Gonna be crossed out, and there's Alameda. Not gonna win it. So up top, Adamola is just doing great work. Fabio is okay. We're gonna play him up. We might have to do a little bit rotation earlier in this game to keep some people up. I'd like to do that when we're 3-0 up. We're going to push Fabio a little bit till about 60 to 65th minute. So that's our Suarez save. Looking for a big kick. There it is. Going all the way in the defense. And Adamola is going to win it, but Abraham comes down with it. Howland to Williamson. Through ball. O'Neal shot. It's going to be in there, but I think we have an offsides. Defender had his hand up, and I figured it was going to be offsides. I saw the line judge on the other side running. All right, let's make the sub here. Alameda, we don't want to stretch him. Bamba's going to come in. Rodriguez up top. Let's get in Lamb. Jones is struggling a little bit right now with the fitness, so let's get in Wilson. On the back end, Camison. We don't want to stress him too much. Let's get in Patterson. Then we'll get in Tarnowski. And I think the other one we're going to do is we're going to pull out Boateng here. We're going to get in Teo. Let's get in Teo some game time here. As they've gotten more attacking, we've just gotten better at possession. So here's Teo with the throw-in. Plays it up. Lamb can't get there. All the way to Bamba. Up to Teo. Teo with a cross that's absolutely into the sky. What a header by Silsby. I don't know what that is, but okay. Let's close this game though. What a header. Trying to get a little bit more respectable out here. 85th minute. Maxim is going to look to take a kick probably. He does. Big hit here. Lamb's not going to win it. Header there, Wilson. Ferreira plays it all the way up to Silsby. Silsby looking cross tap, and thank you, Football Manager, for not giving me that. And we take this one against Plymouth Argyle. 2 good games. I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking about when we're coming into this transfer period. I don't know if we're ultimately going to do this. Obviously, contract for us. So the idea with this, I'm thinking about maybe I could get a little bit better on defense. And maybe a little bit better out on the left side. I would like to get a better guy on the outside. Camison, though, the scouts think he could be up to a Premier League player in Boateng. I think could actually be up there, but I would love to get a little bit better out there. Striker, maybe, but I'm liking how we're going here. I don't particularly like the issue that we're having, like our main striker is not performing right now, but it kind of is what it is. I think we'll be fine. In the middle of the field with Alameda, I think maybe we can get better with Jones, but I feel like the path we're going with is okay. And I think we have a couple of future players where we could get it up top and in the back. So I feel like we're in a pretty good space. Where that puts us right now in the league is at 52, which puts us 5 points ahead of Swansea City. So that's been a big one. All right, so that's going to be it. I feel pretty good with 52 points. Maybe we can catch up to Stoke City. Maybe we can pull away from Swansea City and get a guaranteed promotion. So we'll see. Thanks for hanging out. Go and leave a like below, comment, and subscribe. I'm loving this. It is time for the winter transfer window, and we'll be back afterwards, and we'll see if we make any moves. Later, guys.